Welcome to the Battle Plan Marketing Podcast for Contractors. Get actionable advice and tactics on how to grow your home service company. Plus interviews with industry experts dropping value bombs in marketing, sales, and operations. And now, let's power up your home service biz with your host, Mark Ambrose of Battle Plan Marketing.
All right. Hello, Contractor Pros, and welcome to the Battle Plan Marketing Podcast, episode number 33. Today, we're going to talk about search engine optimization for plumbers, aka SEO for plumbers. What is Plumber SEO? SEO is an abbreviation for search engine optimization, which is the art and science of developing your website and its content to rank well in Google for the search terms that matter for your business. Why do plumbers need SEO? For leads. Plumbing companies need local SEO to generate leads. In 2020, 93% of consumers use the internet to find a local business. And of those, 34% search for a local business every day, and 73% searched weekly. And that's according to a study by Bright Local in 2020. So the internet is where your prospects are looking for your business or businesses like yours, and good SEO can eventually greatly reduce your needs for advertising to generate leads. Good SEO can answer lots of questions prospects have before they ever even call you. Good SEO can help brand your company once it starts being seen everywhere for searches related to your plumbing services. So is your plumbing company getting seen and generating leads from prospect searches online? Your prospects can't do business with you if they don't see you on page 1 of Google for your local services and know that you exist. Now in 2021, Google is getting 83% of all U.S. search traffic. That's according to Statista.com. So optimizing for local Google searches should be a top priority of your marketing strategy. But what does that mean? What does it mean? What does optimizing for local Google searches even mean? It means creating a website and business directory listings for searches related to your services. SEO is not just for your website for a local service business. It also applies to getting your business listed in Google Maps, Yelp, Bing Places, and literally hundreds of other online business directories. So let's look at 20 SEO tips to help your plumbing company get seen in more local searches. Number 1, get listed in the major business directories. Most of these directories are free. Google Map leads the list and number 1 on the list, which displays your Google My Business listing within the map. See our free guide on our website on how to optimize your Google My Business listing for local searches. A short summary of our free guide is to complete the listing in full, keep it accurate, and update it daily or weekly. Add job photos daily or weekly. Generate a steady flow of customer reviews. Make weekly Google My Business posts that promote and link to your services or your informational blog posts. Combat spam from your competitors. Those same tips apply to your Bing Places listing, which you can actually sync with your Google My Business listing so they share the same data. The same tips apply to your Yelp listing and those you may have on HomeAdvisor or Angie or other lead gen websites. There are also 4 major data aggregators that sell business info to thousands of other online business directories. So it's crucial that you're listed in each of these 4 and that the information is consistent across all platforms. Those 4 are Localese, Axiom, Factual, and Foursquare. Incorrect or inconsistent name, address, and phone NAP information can hurt your rankings actually in Google because there are data conflicts. So don't confuse the directories. Keep all data correct and up to date and consistent across all platforms. If you've moved around a lot or changed your phone number a bunch, you'll need to do a citation audit, which will scan all the directories online and bring back your name, address, phone, contact information. If you have a lot of conflicts up there or on that report, you'll need to do a citation cleanup on that. We use both Bright Local and WhiteSpark to accomplish those feats. Tip number 2, grow customer reviews on Google My Business, Yelp, Bing, and if you're using HomeAdvisor or other lead gen sites, then on there too. Customer reviews are a major ranking factor in Google, so get proactive and install an automated reputation management system so you're constantly growing reviews on these platforms. We use a system called GatherUp, but there's many others out there. Just make sure whichever one you choose does not write reviews to their website, that they instead can be written on your website, or you can direct them to Google, Home Advisor, or most of the other important sites to your business. Tip number 3, get listed in plumbing business directories. There are many business directories out there that specialize in home services and plumbing companies only. So get listed in as many of those as possible to gain traffic and leads directly from those directories, as well as to send quote-unquote plumber signals to Google with your name, address, phone, and website URL. You can download a list that we have put together of over 20 plumbing directories your company should be listed in. There'll be an opt-in form on the blog post transcription of this podcast on our website. Tip number 4, have a page for each service on your website and provide great info on each. If you want to rank for any service in your city, you're going to need a specific service page for that service in that city. So make a page for each service you offer. Tip number 5, create city pages for your service area. Google looks at local search as proximity-based. So if you want your website to show up in cities outside of the one your office is in, you're probably best suited to create a separate city page for each in your service area with unique content on each one. Don't duplicate your service pages for each city and just name them differently. That does not work anymore. You need unique pages for each city, and if you're in a very competitive area, you're probably going to need a unique service page for each city page. Think of them as city clusters, a city page with its own service pages for each city that you do business in. Tip number 6, create a blog on your website. Service companies with blogs attracted 68% more leads than those without, according to a study by HubSpot 2020. Tip number 7, create blog Q&A content related to each one of your services and link those articles to their related service page. For example, you might have a page on drain cleaning, a service page, and then have blog posts that educates people on hydrojetting, trenchless sewer line replacement, preventative maintenance of drains, what to pour in them, what not to, etc. Then you would link all of these pages to each other and then to the main drain cleaning service page. This helps create what's called topical silos or topical clusters, and it helps Google understand that you're an authority on these subjects and the services related to them. If you just put up a service page and expect it to rank, you're probably delusional. There are literally dozens of nearby companies with the same pages. You have to be better. You have to provide more info. You also want to create blog posts with helpful info for people who are just starting to think about using your products or services, right? People who are thinking about repiping their house or getting a water softener or doing a bathroom remodel. They want information first, right? They need to learn a whole bunch before they're ever going to be ready to pull the trigger and hire you. So the company that provides them the best info along the way is the one more likely to get the work when they're ready to buy. Tip number 8. Install the free Yoast SEO plugin if you have a WordPress website. This plugin will help you lay out page titles and meta descriptions for each page and post. The page title and meta description are what people see in the Google search results page for each website link. So write these to provoke people to want to click on them. Make them relate directly to what the page is about, what their search was about. Include your main keyword in the title and description, and if it's a service page, include the name of your location, city, and state. For example, if you have a leak detection page, you might have a title, Leak Detection, Dallas, Texas, if that's where you are. Right? You can watch a YouTube video or two on how to use the Yoast plugin. It's pretty simple, but there are a few technical settings you need to set up. Be sure to go on YouTube and watch a quick video or two to help guide you through the setup. Be sure while you're doing that to set all thank you pages on your website to no index so they don't show up in Google searches. Yoast will also create a sitemap for your site, so that will help you in Google Search Console. Tip number 9, use URLs that make sense and keep them short. For your blog post, create a URL that is short, includes primary keywords, and use dashes between the words to make it easy for Googlebot to read. For example, if you have a page about how to shut off your water main to relate to and link to your leak detection service, then make that URL with dashes between the words. Something like how-to-shut-off-water-main. So we removed that explanation of the URL, the how to shut off water main with the dashes. Take that out of there. Keep all URLs in lowercase. They are case sensitive, so make a standard procedure and stick with it. And lowercase is the best practices. Tip number 10, use good site URL structure. List each service page under your main services page. List your city pages under your main service area page. And use dashes between the words to help Googlebot understand the words. So, for example, you would have maybe a separate yourdomain.com. Then you would have a separate page about us. About-us would be the URL. You'd have another page, contact-us, maybe a reviews page, maybe a photo-gallery page. But when it comes to your services, you would have yourdomain.com/services, and then all the services would be a sub page of that. So it would be /services/leak-detection, /services/drain-cleaning, etc. And for your service area, same thing. So it'd be yourdomain.com/service-area, and then your cities would be under that. So yourdomain.com/service-area/name of city number 1. Next one would be name of city number 2. So on and so forth, okay? And you don't have to use stop words like to and or the or of. So keep those out of your URLs as well. Tip number 11, your website should be responsive and adjust to look great on mobile phones, tablets, and desktop computers. Each view will have a slightly different needs, so make sure your web team looks at the site in each mode and adjusts everything accordingly. Google now searches and indexes your website in mobile phone mode. So if it's not compatible with smartphone windows, you won't rank for anything. Is your website mobile friendly? Test it on Google's free tool. So search.google.com/test/mobile-friendly. There'll be a link in the blog post, transcription of the podcast. Tip number 12, connect your website to Google Search Console and Google Analytics. This will help you submit your site to Google so it can index your pages. It will also notify you of any errors or warnings about your site so you can fix them for improved rankings. Google Search Console will also provide data to help you see and understand what searches people are using to find each page on your website, which in turn can help you optimize the content on those pages for better rankings. Tip number 13, make sure you have no broken internal or external links on your site. If you do, of course, fix them. You can use a plugin to identify them. There's a broken link checker WordPress plugin. You can just Google it and find it. Or you can crawl your site with a crawler like Screaming Frog and look for 404 errors on the site, which are page not found. Tip number 14, avoid duplicate content. So when writing a lot of blog posts on the same topic, you can sometimes duplicate the content. Avoid this, and if it's already happening on your site, it's usually best to consolidate that content into the best ranking web page of them, and then place a 301 redirect from the old URLs to the new consolidated content URL. Tip number 15, avoid keyword stuffing. Just write naturally about a topic and for the reader. Don't stuff your keywords into an article because you think it might help with search rankings. That little trick stopped working several Google algorithms updates ago, and now it can potentially hurt your rankings. So use your keyword and semantic variations of it, but use them naturally and don't stuff them in there. Tip number 16, use title and heading tags. Make sure each page has a title and a subtitle that's made into an H1 tag. You can even repeat the same title or create a variation of it for your H1. If there are subheadings to your content, then use H2 and H3 through H6 tags appropriately. Tip number 17, use an SEO tool to analyze and optimize your website. There are some great SEO tools out there that can help you analyze both the technical aspects of your website as well as the content on it. We use Ahrefs as our primary SEO tool for technical analysis, keyword research, and backlink analysis. We use Surfer SEO to analyze the top-ranking content for keywords we wish to target and better understand the format, content length, keyword optimization, and images needed to compete with those pages. We also use Surfer SEO to analyze our own existing content to examine how best to optimize it for improved rankings. Tip number 18. Improve site speed. In June of 2021, Google introduced its new Core Web Vitals algorithm update, which made the landing speed or loading speed of your web pages a ranking factor and the deciding factor if it's between your content and someone else's. So test your key web pages on Google Speed Insights tool and the GT Metric tool to see if your site has speed issues. You can usually improve page speed by using a fast hosting company. We use WPX, eliminating unused plugins, and using a caching plugin with lazy loading and other features. We recommend the WP Rocket plugin. Tip number 19, add schema markup, structured data to every page and post on your site. This is a universal language for all search engine robot crawlers to better understand your site, your business, and its content. This can also help you get those treasured little review star snippets that show up on your search results pages in Google. This can get pretty complex, and it's not really for the novice. We use the Schema app Pro, and it's really the only tool out there that has schema for every type of need, as well as keeping that schema updated as industry changes are made. Can't recommend anything else. Tip number 20, share your blog content on social media sites. Syndicate your content on social media and Web 2.0 sites to gain traffic, branding, and the potential for other sites to link to it. Because links from other websites are a major ranking factor. So besides creating good and useful content to attract links, syndicating that content can help get it seen. And lastly, tip number 21, Google also requires your site be secure with HTTPS protocol. So contact your hosting company and make sure you have an SSL certificate on your website and that little lock icon shows up to the left of your domain name in the address bar at top. All right, there you have it. 21 tips for improved search engine optimization for your plumbing company. I hope that helps some of you. Thanks for sharing your time and attention with us today. If you like what you heard, please rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast so you get notified of future episodes. Feel free to share this episode on your social channels. Good luck out there and create a great day.
Thanks for listening to the Battle Plan Marketing Podcast. To power up your home service business, for show notes, visit battleplanmarketing.com/podcast. If you enjoyed our show, please share it on social. Until next time.